Okay, so again, I'm gonna do this my style. If you don't want to do it my style, that's totally okay. Just whatever works for you. But for me, the first thing I do is move the constant. So minus 319. Y minus 319 equals 4x squared minus 72x. Keep note of how tiny I'm writing here on purpose. Yeah. Okay, next step, divide by a. Is this 24? No, 28, 28, 18. I knew it had an 8 in it. You're the best. Okay, now I'm going to complete the square. And what amount of tiles completes the square? 81. Make sure that you don't add the 81 in there. It can't be added in there at the moment. Okay, what's the next step? Starts with an F, ends with an actor. Tractor. Okay, so now I've cleaned the floor. Now I have to put all the furniture back. Just checking, that's 324, right? Oh, that makes sense, because that's 319. Ah. What's wrong? Did I do it right? Did we get the same thing? You did it Miss Right style and did it about half the amount of space. Just factored and then added the factored amount to both sides. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Move down to number 4 when you're ready, unless you have any lingering, pondering questions about number 2. I will still take those. All right, number 4. Piecewise function. How many pieces are in this piecewise function? 3. So how many tables? 3. And what is going to be at the top of the first table? Beautiful. X and x plus 1 squared. Second table, x and 2x minus 3. Third table, x and -4. Okay, how are you doing with the table setup and piecewise? That part's okay. And I think the hardest part is figuring out what x's to use. Maybe these aren't really hard anymore, but x is less than -1 for the first piece. So x is less than -1, so I'm going to go -1 and less and less and less and less. Okay, now the middle piece, the line 2x minus 3, tells us to go from -1 to 4. And then the last piece is 4 and up, so 4 and greater and greater and greater and greater. Okay, now just for time's sake, I could do all these tables by hand. I really could, but I don't want it because we have other things to do. So x plus 1 squared. Zoom in so we can see it. Okay, so -1 is 0. -2 is 1. -3 is 4. -4 is 9. -5 is 16. We probably won't graph that point. Okay, now here's your next table. -1 is -5. Why did I put a 2 here? 0, -3, 1, -1, 2, 1, 3, 3, 4, 5. And then if I made a table for this one, you'd all laugh at me because it's just saying that y is -4. Okay, now where are the endpoints? What's the endpoint of the first piece? My pen is pointing directly at it. -1. And is it open or closed there? Open. Okay, where are the endpoints for the second piece? -1 and 4. Open or closed? Closed on -1, but open on 4. Do you see it? Are you sure? Closed, open. Okay, and then closed here. All right, now we got -1, 0 is open. -2, 1. -3, 4. -4, 9. Arrow in that direction. -1, -5, closed. 0, -3, 1, -1, 2, 1, 3, 3, 4, 5, open. 4, -4, closed. Okay, guys, so today you are going to be working on something on whiteboards. So you can actually put everything away. You can keep your calculators out. I think you have to go away. Check one of these guys. Okay, so there's going to be a series of problems. We're working on one problem, but one of those CPM ones where there's like 14 different pieces of it. There's not 14. 8? I don't know. There's a lot. What's going to happen is I'm going to put the problem up on the screen, and your group is going to start with A, and you're going to solve it algebraically on the whiteboard. These are not really your usual ones. They're weird ones. It's supposed to be productive struggle today. So let me show you my agenda. Your goal is to get through as many of the problems as you can. I'm going to be walking around with a little post-it note with the answer. So when you guys think you have the answer correct, I'm going to come check it, and then I'll tell you to move on to the next problem. Does that make sense? If you don't get all the way to the end, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I want you guys to just try your best to get as many done as you can. You're not really going to even have anything for me to show me to stand. It's okay. So, we're just going to do our best. And these are different ones. They're not ones that we've done a lot of. So there's some twists in them. Homework is, I think this is right. Is it 18 to 20? No, it's not. Please hold. I didn't assign this many problems. That's a lot of problems. Usually I try to only do 4. It's 14, 15, 18, and 20. And here's my joke. Why isn't pi on Twitter? Because 280 characters isn't enough to express itself. Do you get why that's funny? Pi goes on forever. I know it's not called Twitter anymore either. I think the name of it is stupid and I refuse to call it that name. So I'm saying Twitter forever. Just like I say Marine World. You'll never stop me from saying Marine World. It's just, not gonna happen. You're gonna have to pry that from my cold dead hand saying Marine World. Anyway. Okay, I don't know why I did that. Escape, escape, escape. Okay, so here's the problem. You need to do one of these at a time. Don't do the thing where you each do one and that's done. I'm not doing that. Because I don't actually care if you complete them all. I care because I care about you, but I'd rather you work on one at a time and talk about it. You are different. You haven't really, maybe the fraction muster a little bit. These are hard. If you don't get through it, again, I'm not going to lose any sleep. I just want you to do what you can. It's kind of like a mixed solving equations video. There is one thing I need to say, and that is we haven't done absolute value equations since I believe chapter 8 of math 1. Absolute value equations have 2 answers. They have a plus or minus situation, kind of like a solve by square root deal. So let me give you a hint on this one. When you first, I just don't want to, I'm going to have to tell every single group because it's been so long, but step 1 is going to be divided by 4. Does that make sense? Okay. Then step 2, you're going to make 2 little arrows off of it. And you're going to say 8x minus 2 equals positive 2. You see where the positive 2 came from? And then 8x minus 2 equals negative 2. So you're going to have, don't change this deal. This deal stays the same. It's the constant side that's going to be the plus or minus. Got it? I just didn't want to have to say it to every single group. I should have let you struggle with it, but I just can't. Okay, whiteboards are here. There are markers in here and erasers here. If you find any markers don't work, please throw them away. I have tons of new ones to put in there if we have a bunch that don't work. Any questions about what we're doing? Okay, I'm gonna walk around and help. If I post it, you guys get going. Already lost the post-it. Nope, I found it.